What's up guys, Conrad here with another video, and today I'm going to be addressing the question, should you meet your heroes? Now this is a tricky one, because there's this saying that you should never meet your heroes. Why? Because they always end up disappointing you. Now, is this true in every case? No. It's only half true, and it depends on many factors. It depends on the circumstances in which you meet that person, as well as your expectations. Because most people, when they see someone famous, they tend to see them like above human. I suppose some celebrities might think that way, but in reality that's just not the case. And they make meeting that person such a big deal, and it's like a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence, and that's why they end up disappointing themselves, because their expectations are way too high, and they're thinking, man, this is going to be such an amazing interaction with this amazing person. Now, if you get a good opportunity to meet someone you really admire, then by all means go for it. But make sure it's not under forced circumstances. Aim for a quick interaction so you don't become devastated that this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity doesn't go the way you've hoped. Different people have different reactions upon seeing a famous person for the first time. Some people might get really starstruck, like, oh my god, I literally can't breathe. And others will be like, I know that guy. That's interesting. It's a nice surprise. Looks very familiar. Yeah. And what's cool is that his voice isn't coming out of speakers. Now, when you see that famous person, you might be thinking in your head, should I say something? Well, of course you should. Life is short, and you only live once, so this must be fate. This is your moment. But there's also the real risk that maybe that person isn't as nice as you expect him or she to be. And it's very possible that your personalities just won't mesh, and it will just be very awkward, and that can hurt. So if that person happens to be eating at a restaurant with someone else, it's not the best time to go and say hello. Just use common sense. But if there is a good opportunity to say hello, best to keep it super casual and super low-key, not to draw too much attention to yourself and consequentially to that celebrity. Now, there's safety in numbers, so if you happen to see that famous person take pictures of members of the public, then maybe that's a good opportunity for you to seize the moment. And what's good about mobile phones nowadays is that you don't have to give someone else the phone in order to take the picture. No, you can just set it on selfie mode, take the picture, then get out of there. Now, in an ideal world, you'll be able to behave very chilled out. But if this person happens to be like your childhood hero or something like that, then it's inevitable that your adrenaline will probably go up a little bit. So what you want to be is very confident in who you are and highly socially intelligent, which might be easier said than done in those situations. Here's how not to approach a celebrity. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! You're Kevin Calvin, the famous movie actor. Yeah. I'm literally your biggest fan. I've seen all your movies, and my favourite movie of yours was Return of Vengeance. I've completed all the video games you've ever been involved in, and I've got all your merchandise, like your action figures and all that stuff. Okay, thank you. I've got so many questions to ask you. Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Listen, I gotta meet a friend here. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. I don't mean to bother you. Look, I really messed this up, haven't I? No, don't worry about it, right? It's fine. Can I get an autograph? You got a pen? Ooh, Hey, has anyone got a pen? I need a pen to get Kevin Calvin's autograph. Yeah, it's a matter of life and death. Now here's a better way to go about approaching a celebrity. Excuse me, I'm really sorry to bother you, but I just gotta say I'm a great admirer of your work. I had to quickly say hello.
Ah, that's nice. Thank you. It's nice to meet you too.
You know, I really like that last interview you did when you were talking about traditionalism. And I agree, politics is really crazy nowadays.
Yeah, I appreciate that you think that. I truly believe that changes need to be made.
Listen, I do have to go, but would it be cool to get a quick picture of you? I mean, I understand if you'd rather not.
Ah, that's fine. Come on, let's take a picture.
Remember that real life is often messy and things rarely go exactly how you imagine it. And if you're one of those super fans, it's probably going to be quite difficult to resist the urge to want to recite your favorite lines or your favorite work that that person has done. And celebrities get this all the time. You know, you're probably not going to be content with just saying, "Hi, how you doing?" Nah, it's not enough. You really feel the need to prove how much of an impact this person has made on your life. And how the hell do you express that in just a few seconds? What I would say is there's no need to prove just how big of a fan you are. No, just leave your entitlement to the side and just let it go. You don't want to be obtrusive and make them feel like they're now obligated to spend time with you, because you cherish every moment and you might be all excited and nervous, but to them it's just an average day. And you might be thinking, I gotta think of the perfect, profound and interesting question to ask this person. But chances are, if you're a true fan, then you probably already know everything there is to know about this person just by watching all the interviews with them, and most probably all your questions were already answered. Perhaps if the person has made an interesting philosophical or political point, then you can comment on that. Or just say something like, "You know what, you really inspired me and it changed my life." Rather than spew out all your fanatical knowledge and obsession with that person's work. Because we all want to make a good impression and be remembered out of all the millions of other fans, thinking that, you know, this guy is gonna one day contact me on social media, we're gonna work together in Hollywood, and we're gonna become best pals. What's strange is that you see this famous person from a distance and you might be thinking, I know so much about this person, but they know nothing about me. And the thing with young people is that they often see celebrities as gods, or like they worship them like they're idols or something like that. But older people see them as people with a bit of money, they've had a successful career, so good for them. And with the advent of social media, it's now more possible to get in contact with celebrities, especially if you build your own influence and following. And it might be possible for you to get an interview with them on your show, so you never know. It's not like it was back in the day when your only chance of meeting someone famous was to wait at the premiere. And at best you might get an autograph or you might get a handshake. But the thing with autographs is that you always got to have a pen and paper handy on the off chance that you might bump into that celebrity randomly. So that's why I prefer pictures, you know, because it's actual proof that you've met the person and it captures the moment. But you gotta respect their privacy. Nobody wants to be bothered 24/7. Imagine if you became famous overnight. Nobody even knew you existed, and now the paparazzi know where you live and they're constantly following you wherever you go. You see, try not to be like one of those guys. High value people want to associate with other high value people because there's a value exchange, and celebrities feel most comfortable around other celebrities. There is not that much that the average Joe has to offer a celebrity. unless he's driving him from the airport or something like that. But maybe you're one of those people who has the gift of gab, and you are one of those smooth talkers who can talk to anyone exactly the same way. And in that case, maybe you might make friends with that celebrity, but don't count on it, of course. And if you happen to be working on a film set, then you most probably know that you're not supposed to interact with the main cast unless you're directly involved with them for a scene. So what I would do is that if they happen to be in the same vicinity as me, I might do a quick nod of acknowledgement and maybe a little smile, kind of like, yeah, I know who you are, and I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. Or maybe something like, hey, how you doing? Because if you're all working together, then there's nothing to prove. Now, the best places to meet your favorite celebrities, I'd say, would be conventions and book signings. There you would typically have just a few seconds to interact with that person as you're getting your book signed, after you've waited a long time in a queue amongst hundreds of other fans. And you might feel that you want to get a reaction from this famous person, maybe tell an inside joke that, might be a hit or miss. You never know. It might work, it might not work. The main thing is that they're people at the end of the day, and there's nice people and not so nice people in every industry. Now, I would say that YouTube celebrities are probably going to be more approachable than your average A-lister who's just hounded by the public all the time. Because with YouTube celebrities, they started out just like anyone else, and they're probably going to be more relatable and accessible to their fans. Now, there are services in which you can get in contact with celebrities. One way could be through their personal website, in which you email them and it will either go directly to them or to their manager. Another way is through Instagram direct messages. Now, if they happen to have a really large following, then chances are that your message would probably get lost amongst thousands of other messages. So don't take it personally if they don't respond to you. Another way is through Cameo, which is a service in which you can request a celebrity to make a birthday message or do a special request or answer a question for a fee, of course. Some do it for cheap and some will rip you off. But it is a way of establishing some kind of contact with someone you would admire, because it's mutually beneficial. Now, there's also another form of fandom, and I don't actually fall into this category, but is that of groupie and the OnlyFans user. Now, this is the more seedy side of fandom, and essentially a light form of prostitution. One film that brilliantly depicts the nature of obsessive fandom is Martin Scorsese's The King of Comedy, where Robert De Niro's character, Rupert Pupkin, wants to become a famous stand-up comedian. And so he wants to get close to an already established comedian, Jerry Langford. And so he's always pestering him, trying to get him to give him a chance or give him a shot, and Jerry just wants nothing to do with him. But of course, Rupert starts to take things too far. And this is a very good film, and I definitely recommend you check it out. And it also has many elements that are similar to the Joker movie. So there you have it, guys. That was my take on whether or not you should meet your heroes. I'd love to hear your thoughts and whether you've had any interesting experiences meeting someone famous. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys next time.